Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to do an unboxing and show you how to set it up for the first time, the KEURIG K-Cafe Smart Coffee Maker with a built-in milk frother. Okay, so let's open it up and see what we get. Alright, here's everything that comes in the box. Looks like we do get a filter, some instruction manuals. Okay, set the cord off to the side, lift this up. Now I like to put them on the side. But before we do that, we can lift this box out. We can lift this out. Again, be careful, that looks fragile. Now let's put this on the side. And now I can this is kind of heavy, so just slide it out onto the table. Okay, so there's a lot going on with this coffee maker. Get everything unboxed. You may or may not have the tall water handle and the water filter. You don't have to have it in order to use this coffee maker. You can use a water filter in that water reservoir, but you don't necessarily have to. So here's the milk frother. The whisk was installed down here. Let's see how that's going to come on and off real easy. It's like a little groove you got to line up there. Now you cannot get this wet. There is a big warning on the bottom. You're just going to have to rinse this out here. You can't immerse this in water. So we've got lots of tape. Let's take the tape off. Okay, so let's go over complete dimensions. Left to right, you're right about 9.5. So with the drip tray installed, you can fit about a 5 3/4. We can take the drip tray out and we can install about a 7-inch tall travel mug. So with the handle open height-wise, you're right around 17 3/4. And front to back, you're looking at about 11.5. The cord is 30 inches long and it's a 3-prong cord. And the water reservoir is right at 11.5 inches tall. And it's about a 4 1/4 circle. Here's what the bottom of it looks like. It does have these rubber feet, looks like 4 of them. And they're giving us a model number K27, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 1,520 watts. Okay, so let's first set up the water filter. Again, you may or may not have come with this, but in here you've got this water filter. Put it in a cup, let it soak for 5 minutes. There's carbon dust in there. We got to get that carbon dust out. Your water will turn to a light gray. Okay, so it says to wash the inside of your water reservoir out with water, just mild soap. Just rinse, give it a quick rinse, make sure it's all clean. Here's your water filter. We got to press these little tabs. This is the tall water filter handle. It's got a round part. Put that in first, then you're going to put this in, and these ears will kind of snap. Okay, so next we want to take the tall handle, and you're going to snap it onto that black thing at the bottom of the reservoir. You may have to turn it a little bit, but it should snap on there. You'll get it in the right spot, and when it snaps, give it a little tug, and it should stay on there. So there's the water filter. If you don't have it installed right, it will just float, and the water will go around it. But I'm going to take it back off because I want to show you a little trick I found about priming that pump on the inside a little bit. Okay, so first, let's take a look at the milk frother. Yeah, here's what it looks like again. Again, it's just going to sit on there. We do have this drip tray. Now the drip tray has a notch in it that fits right there. And same with this part here. Now you'll notice I have not plugged the machine in. I'm going to show you a trick with the water reservoir first. But first let's just kind of look at the machine. We've got different quantities we can brew up here. It's got a screen. We do have the single needle at the bottom. We've got the multi-brew technology at the top with 5 needles. And there's also this little area up here that's going to take a picture of the K-cup. And it's going to tell you what the recommended brew is. So that's really nice. The handle's nice. So the water reservoir has this kind of like big notch, but you can put the water reservoir on any old way. It doesn't really have a notch on the bottom of it. Now be careful. Don't get water around here. There is electricity down in this little frother area. That's how the electricity gets to the frother. Okay, so next I'm going to show you a little trick that I think helps these KEURIG machines. So if your KEURIG has sat for a long time, I would recommend doing this too. So it's called priming the pump. You're just going to make sure it's filled up with water. You're just going to set it on and off there a few times. Kind of lift it up. You'll see some air bubbles coming out. I like to do this about 10 times. What's that doing is it's kind of forcing some water down into the machine and just kind of helping everything. Because sometimes when you first power these on, there's not a lot of water in the machine and you get a lot of steam and it's kind of smoking at you. Yeah. You can do this with the filter on. I'm just showing you because I want you to see the bubbles. Okay, so what's funny is I did that enough times, I had a little water come out the needle. Okay, water reservoir is installed. Let's go plug it in. Okay, so as soon as you plug it in, the screen comes on. It's going to tell you some things. It's going to ask if you want English or a different language. You can use the arrows or just press the K button when you're ready to select. Click OK. Do you want to connect this to the internet? You can skip this. You do not have to connect the brewer to the internet. By connecting it to the internet, you'll have more settings available to you, more brew choices, but you can skip that if you'd like. But I am going to show you how to connect this to the Wi-Fi. You will need the KEURIG app, so let's hit connect. So here's what the app looks like. It says KEURIG Green Mountain. Okay, so if it's your first time using the app, you will have to log in with, if you've ever logged into your KEURIG, the website KEURIG online, use that same username and password. If not, you'll have to create one. So once you get logged in, this is kind of their home screen. Click on the account little icon down there. Now under account, there's this little icon that says Connect Smart Brewer. Click on that. Here, KEURIG has 3 different smart brewers. You're going to select the K Cafe Smart. Click that. Now we need to scan the QR code on the back of it. Okay, so around back there's this QR code. You're going to hit scan. It's going to use the camera. You'll have to give it permissions. It may ask for permissions to use your camera. Now point your tablet or phone camera at the QR code. Sometimes these take a little bit. Now, sometimes it doesn't identify it right away. Just click back and click scan again. Sometimes just going in and out of the app a little bit helps. Okay, so I found getting that QR code more in the square. I was holding it too far back, so hold it closer, and that helped tremendously. Now it says, do you want to link it to your brewer? Okay, so this is where you would press connect to Wi-Fi now, but I'm going to try it again. Now it says waiting for connection. So I'm going to hit the link button down here now. Now, your tablet and phone has to be on the Wi-Fi that you plan on connecting this brewer to. So it looks like it found it, hit connect. Okay, so this still says waiting for connection, that's okay. Now the app says brewer linked. It takes a little bit. Now you need to tell it what Wi-Fi. So here's all the Wi-Fis that are being transmitted. Select what Wi-Fi you want that brewer to connect to. Then you got to give it the Wi-Fi password. Okay, so I typed in the password. This still says waiting for connection, that's fine. Okay, so Miss Fiona's ready for a treat. Okay, so it says success. Up here it says Wi-Fi is connected, so hit the word continue. Now I want you to do a cleansing brew. Now the tablet, just click OK. Okay, so now you're going to need a coffee mug. It's going to dispense some hot water. So this is how they're kind of cleaning the inside of the machine first. So hit the K, it says cleansing brew, hit this is flashing, hit this. And it's going to dispense the cleansing brew. Now you might get a little bit of steam and a little popping out of it. Now be careful, that water is really hot, and we're just going to throw that water away. Once it's done running this cleansing brew, the coffee maker is ready to use. And up here it says cleansing brew. Okay, so once the cleansing brew is done, hit continue. It's going to kind of walk you through. You can skip this. It talks about brew ID. Find the customize. You've got brew over ice. Okay, once you click through all those, it's ready to go. You got the little Wi-Fi symbol up there. That means you're connected to the Wi-Fi. And then let's talk about the frother. Again, you can only rinse this out. You can put the whisk, you know, it's a pretty small to put in the dishwasher, but you can't get any water down here. This is an electrical connection, so you're going to have to just kind of rinse this out. You're going to get a brush, rinse it out, and dump it out. Now again, to get this on, you'll see it's like a little notch. Line it up. It'll only go one way. There you go. We do have some minimum and maximum signs. And it sits on there and rotates and lights up. So now in the app, under Brewer, this tab up here, it kind of will show you the K Cafe Smart is online. You can schedule a brew. You can go in and do different brew settings, your favorite brews. click this little brew button down here, and you can actually do a programmed brew from here. So I can hit brew hot water or brew a K-Cup, and it'll start the coffee maker from your app or phone. So the coffee maker is set up now. We can put a K-Cup in. You can put it, you don't have to put it any way, just any old way will work. The 5 needles are going to pierce the top, and there's a little camera up here that's going to look at the top of the K-Cup. And it's going to do brew ID. It's going to tell you what that K-Cup is. Okay, so it says it's Dunkin' Fallen for Maple. It gives you the signature brew, lights up that light. So it sets the strength and temperature. You still have to select whether you want 6 ounce, 8 ounce, 10 ounce, or 12 ounce. So I brew my coffees on 8 ounce, or I could just brew the shot. So you can brew the shot when you're doing a latte or cappuccino and you're using the frother. Okay, so let's just brew an 8 ounce coffee. The coffee maker is very fast and quiet. And I've got the app still open, and it says what it's brewing. It's kind of neat. I can hit the cancel brew if I wanted to, but yeah, that's just pretty neat. Let's check temperature. 190, it's going to ramp up probably to about 196. Smells really good. Very quiet. 92. Now we can vary that temperature with the different temperature settings. And it's finishing up, and at the end it'll shoot a little gush of air through there to kind of clean out the lines. And then here's what it looks like up here. It says enjoy your coffee. There's the 5 needles. So one thing with this multi-brew technology is you are going to have to once in a while do freshwater rinses. Once a week. So I'll take this K-Cup out. You'll notice you do get some coffee grounds on these 5 needles, and that's okay. Once a week, take a K-Cup out, just do a hot water rinse. So you're just going to press the K button, and that's going to say hot water. Do like a 6 ounce or an 8 ounce, and just run hot water through there. Your cup that you run it into, it'll have coffee grounds into it. That means it's cleaning those top needles. So here's what the coffee looks like. It tastes really good. It's a hot cup of coffee. Here's the K-Cup. Pierced 1 single hole in the bottom, 5 in the top. Yeah, so if you don't keep up on those freshwater rinses, you will start to eventually get some coffee grounds around into your coffee, but if you keep up on those, I don't get any coffee grounds in my coffee. Okay, so back up here, we can change the strength. Okay, so I put another K-Cup in. I'm going to show you the different temperatures. So we can select different temperatures by pressing this button. It kind of scrolls through them, and different strengths. We got several different strengths. If we want to go back to what it recommends, you can just press the signature button, or if we want to do a shot, or if you want to do an over ice, do the over ice, and you still got to press the big K button. So let's do a shot. Ooh, interesting. We can do a single or a double shot. Very interesting. That's new. So then I'm going to press the K button. So that's just going to run a really small quantity of hot water through there to mimic an espresso shot. It's just a really concentrated coffee. Coming out pretty hot. Yeah, not much at all. So it looks like the single shot was right at 2 ounces. So yeah, that'll mimic an espresso shot. And again, we lift it up. Okay, so let me show you the menu. You're going to press these 2 arrows here. This is going to take you to the menu. Then you're going to go scroll through it with these keys right here. You can go next. There's your Wi-Fi. If you want to reset the Wi-Fi or forget it, you can do it there. Descale mode. If you want to put it into descale mode and descale, this is how you do it. If you want to turn the descale reminder on or off, you can do it in this menu. High altitude on or off, language change, water filter reminder. Do you want this machine to remind you to change your water filter every 2 months? You can turn that on and off. Support, factory reset. So if you want to do away with all the Wi-Fi settings and all the brewer saves, do a factory reset, and this will be just like when you brought it out of the box. Now you got to get back to this menu so that you can exit, and then press that button to exit. The little Wi-Fi light should come on to let us know we are connected to the Wi-Fi. It says connecting. Well, for some reason it says it's not it's having trouble connecting. Okay, so it finally did. Comes with this really nice quick start guide. Kind of shows us different settings on it, how to use the milk frother. Talks about the milk frother. It's 1, 2, 3. And the higher the number, the more froth. So the more foam you'll have on top. And so the frother does have a cold froth. So you can froth cold milk, but these 1 through 3 are heated. And again, we got a minimum and a maximum line. So they kind of talk about in here the weekly. They want you to use a rinse pod, which is a good idea too, but I like to do fresh water rinses weekly. Every 2 months, change the water filter. Every 3 months, you're supposed to do the descaling process. So this video, this is just the setup. Now you're ready to use it. I'm going to be using it a bunch. I'm going to do a detailed review once I figure it all out. I'm going to show you how to use the frother. I'm going to make some lattes and cappuccinos. It looks like a really nice coffee maker. I'm super excited. I'm also going to show you how to descale it with vinegar and the descaling solution. So even though you can turn that notification off, it's still a good idea to descale these coffee makers. I'm going to show you how to clean the needles. So if your coffee maker is not working, it could be the needles are clogged. I'm also going to open one up and see what it looks like on the inside. See if there's that, see what kind of heating element it has, if it's got that over temp thermostat inside there or not. But probably the biggest one is the comparisons. There's several different kinds of comparisons I can do. So I've got the K-Cafe, the old K-Cafe, you know, the Mr. Coffee latte. This is going to go right up against it. So lots and lots of different comparisons coming, and lots of how-to on making drinks. But again, in the KEURIG app, they have this Cafe Creations, and I've been going through it. It's a pretty neat feature. It's basically recipes for different drinks, and the recipes kind of are for the machine. So it talks about what K-cup to use, the frother. They're pretty neat and pretty good. I'll be making some out of there. Now, I paid full price. I paid $250 for this. It did go on sale like 3 days after I bought it. I think it was about 25% off. But I imagine this is going to be a pretty big seller during Christmas and Thanksgiving and different things. Oh yeah, Walmart has a version of this too. It's $99. Very, very similar. Obviously this one's smart, connected to the Wi-Fi. The Walmart one does not, but it's got a milk frother, and yeah, it's pretty neat. So there's going to be a comparison video with that too. So yeah, I like the milk frother so far. The water jug, obviously the water tank is very easy with that nice big handle. It looks very stylish. So I really appreciate everybody's support. And if you could, please like and subscribe.